Hi, I'm Tamara. This is our weekly Facebook Live, or mostly weekly. Anyway, we'll try to do it weekly. This week, we're talking about kindness, and I'm really curious as to if you think, feel, or have a notion about whether the world is less kind at this point. Now, I know that if you watch any kind of, or listen to any kind of news, being rude and disrespectful seems to be sort of the way uh, power speaks these days. I don't need to name any names, but you all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I had a big test this week. I was at a conference, work day, and one of my colleagues who is very good at their job and very respected, but sometimes is a little, shall we say, curt or abrasive, actually told me to shut up. My response was to laugh, which was probably not the appropriate thing, but this person had just sort of gone off on another colleague, and I just mentioned that maybe the tone of voice that was being used was better on 5-year-olds in the playground, and that we weren't 5, and I got told to shut up. I was shocked. And I didn't respond because I don't know how you respond to something like that. So I'm sort of wondering what you all think and whether you believe that the world is less kind. I think the world is definitely less polite. I think polite has something that is something that people don't value quite as much as they used to. But do you open a door for someone if you see that they're coming in and you're going out? Do you hold the elevator? Traffic, we're not even going to talk about because nobody lets anybody go in traffic, or rarely. But how long is your fuse? I remember that I wrote in the blog this week that I remember a time when they used to say 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds or something. And they were talking about a car. But I wonder if we're talking about people. How long does it take for you to just completely lose it? Now, those of us that are parents know that it'd be really good if we counted to 10 and we're the adult, so to speak, because once you do lose your temper, you lose whatever it is, whatever interaction that you're in. But are you kind to the people around you? Do you think about what you say before you say it? I'm sure all of you do. I'm sure we're talking about other people that aren't in our group. But I wonder if, what would happen if the next time someone says or does something that sort of lights you up, that you count to 10 and I always try to put myself in someone else's shoes, or make a backstory as to why their day was bad, or why they were having a hard time, or why they behaved the way that they did. But I have a theory about people and the way that they behave. I think the person that screams and then feels better gets over it faster. And the people that are screamed at or been unkind to carry that with them. And it's, if any of you are watching the Kavanaugh hearings right now, it sort of reminds me of that. It's sort of like these people that have come forward, these women that have come forward, it takes a tremendous amount of strength to do that. And, you know, we don't know what the truth is. We just know what people say. And I think that kindness and understanding would go a long way in the halls of power at this moment, since the world seems to be so divided and so divisive. Anyway, I'm going to look down on my little piece of paper here about my, I just talked about who's kinder. So one of the phrases that I just love is random acts of kindness. And I guess if I was going to share one thing for us to do as a community consciously this week, is to do something kind, to offer to help someone who's struggling with groceries and a stroller and a door. Or I have a neighbor who has a young child, and when I hear crying for longer than a few minutes, I occasionally wander over there and tap on the door and say, "Everything okay?" Because sometimes you just need another pair of adult hands. My children accuse me of talking to small children and animals, which is true. And I don't know if that's a kindness or not, but to go out of your way this week and to report back and let me know what you've discovered. And also, and especially with the people that you love and you care about. When someone walks through the door, even if you've had a bad day, maybe just take a breath and acknowledge them and ask how they are. And then if you've had something you need to talk about, let them take a breath. And then I think it's a much better way to communicate than to immediately jump on someone. And it's easier than to say something quick, a quip, or something that is less kind. And see, or just pay attention to what's going on around you this week and see if you think people are more unkind, or maybe they're just stressed. And when you know someone or get to know someone, I mean, when you see someone, or do you smile? And I'm not saying in a creepy kind of way. I just mean, if you see something that's nice, or you see someone that's nice, do you smile? Often when I see parents with young children, I do smile, because children are delightful most of the time, especially when there's someone else's and they can take them home and everything's fine. But my friend Angela spoke last week about a meltdown at the bus stop. Now, if you were another parent and you were at a bus stop with your child and someone else's child was having a meltdown, what would you do? Would you think to yourself, "Oh my God, I'm so glad that's not me"? Or would you maybe talk to the kid? I've found that sometimes when a kid is just completely losing it, that when a stranger or someone they've seen before maybe and don't know says something to them, sometimes it snaps it out of whatever freak out that they're in the middle of. Not saying that you should talk to everyone. I'm just saying that we're all together on this planet, and maybe we should try to be a little bit kinder to one another. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good weekend and a good week, and I will see you here next week. Please, if you have questions, do write them in and let me know if there's anything I can do. Oh, and the other thing, someone who saw the Facebook Live last week asked me, "Well, what do you do?" So I'm an emotional wellness coach, and what I like to do and what I hope to be helpful and what I feel like is my calling is to help people feel better about what's going on in their lives and help them get over being stuck with something that is a problem, whether it's grief counseling or a new job or getting over a divorce or having trouble in a relationship, job change. We all need a little help sometimes. So that's what I do, and thank you for being here, and I'll be happy to see you again here soon. Be kind to yourself.